I cannot believe that I am telling you guys my most embarrassing stories. It involves a priest, a nun, and a dirty pad. If you're interested in seeing this,
follow her, y'all. She tripping. Tripping.
What do you think I was in my outfit? Models. If you're interested in seeing this video, keep watching.
Y'all just watch, okay?
So my first embarrassing moment came when I was in the 5th grade. This is 6,473 years ago. So I decided that I was going to go into my mother's purse and steal $50. Now, I didn't look at it as stealing. I looked at it as me just going into her purse and taking $50. And the reason I took $50 is because I was pretty cool in the 5th grade. And so a lot of my classmates wanted to eat from a certain restaurant. It was this place called Super Dipper. And I wanted to treat them. But I was like, don't worry about it. Tomorrow, I'm coming to school and I'm going to buy us all Super Dipper. What you want? What you want? Keep in mind that my mother is a single parent. I didn't care about that. I needed to be balling with my classmates at school. My classmates were cool. I wanted to make sure they were straight on the break. What you want, Kenny's? What you want, Davinia? What you guys need to know is I went to a private Roman Catholic school and they don't play. So my mother called the school's principal, who was the sister. Actually, she was the head sister in charge at the time. And she asked her, listen, if you see Rogan with $50, please let me know because I'm missing $50 out of my wallet. So anyway, I was over to Super Dipper buying everybody food. We came back. We had a great time. We ate the food. They were like, girl, thank you so much for buying this because it was really good. No problem. No worries. So I went home that day. My mother asked me if I saw her money. And I said, no. The sister asked the other classmates if they saw me balling with any money. Now, I don't think that they snitched on me like, yeah. I think they just were like, yeah, she bought a Super Dipper. So the next day I come to school. I'm in the 5th grade. My classmates are all in class. I'm sitting in the class. The sister comes through the door and tells my teacher I need her. So I figure, okay, well, I'm going to the principal's office. No such thing. The woman walks inside of the classroom with a table, like a masseuse. She pulls a little table and she pulls a chair and she turns to the class and she says,
children, let this be a lesson for you in stealing.
I didn't know I was going to be the lesson of the day. So she pulls me, puts me across her knee. I'm still trying to figure out what the table was for. But was this just like to mess with my mind? Because I still don't see what the purpose of the table was. Anyway, so she puts me over her knee. And if that wasn't bad enough, she pulls my skirt up, exposes my underwear to the class, pulls out a cane, and starts beating me in the front of the class. This was a white nun. She was fully black. This is what you get for stealing out of your mother's bag. Like, I thought only black mothers did that. First of all, she was white. Second of all, she ain't had no children. So how you even learn this stuff? Where you learning this behavior? And she beat me and I did not cry. I was so angry. I said I could just kill this woman. And let me tell you how you know something is really, really bad. The classmates, especially the people who I bought Super Dipper for the day prior, they wasn't feeling that. But the other people who were in the class, like the boys who you would think would be laughing, they didn't find that funny because yes, beating is one thing, but to expose someone's underwear, that's a completely different thing. So when she was done, she pulled my skirt up, then she packed up a little chair and a little table, a masseuse table. She didn't give me no massage, so I don't know where the hell she was going with the table. This is all messing with my mind, like I said. And I had to go back to my seat. And nobody said anything. The teacher who was at the front, I think she was disgusted by it because her whole face was like, that was so wrong. But she didn't say anything. She didn't challenge the principal. But that stands out in my mind. And if she thought for 1 second that that moment was going to deter me from a life of crime, no such thing. From there, I went on to petty crimes. I graduated to armed robbery. This woman single-handedly set me on my downward spiral. She died last year at the age of 86.
That'll teach you to mess with me.
She died of natural causes almost at the age of 90.
Continued many years later beating more children. What are you talking about?
She is not missed, I'm sorry.
She's bring me to the office, no beat me and give me candy.
Shut the hell up. You had your skirt pull up?
No.
Now, since we're talking about members of the clergy, I have to talk about my run-in with the priest. Now, this priest I really did love, and I'm going to call his name because I really still love him to this day. His name is Father Johnson. And he used to ask if I wanted to serve on the altar. Then that means I'd have to attend church. He said, Ro, I really want you to try serve on the altar. You know, I'll start you off with just, doing the basic things. So I was like, Father, I don't want to do it. But he's like, please. So I said, okay, because it was him and I really loved him, I said, okay, I'll help out with some stuff. So you'd bring out the candles, you'd bring out the communion wafers and the red wine. Whew. I was in love with the communion wafer. I'd never tasted it. I was in love with the wine. Never tasted it, but I just loved the whole ceremonial aspect of it. So one day after school, when I was supposed to be taking everything from off the altar and carrying it to the back of the church, I thought I'd partake in a little taste. I opened up the communion wafers and I ate it. I was like, this is bland as hell. Like, well, I don't know why I thought it would taste like vanilla wafers or something like that, because I just heard of wafers. I was like, this is like eating styrofoam. And then I was drinking the wine. Then I went back into the wafers. Even though they didn't taste that good, I wanted some more. That's when Father Johnson walked in. He said,
Bro, what do you have behind your back?
Nothing?
lie number one. Then he asked me,
Bro, were you drinking some of the red wine?
No.
lie number two. At this point, I'm surprised I didn't drop dead like they do in the Bible, because you're not supposed to lie to a priest. Bro, what do you have behind your back? Just tell me what you have behind your back. As I pulled the communion wafer and I pulled the wine, he said, you're not ready to accept those yet. You're not ready to take those. I said, but I wanted to see what they tasted like. He said, and you'll get that opportunity later on. He was so kind to me. What the hell was I doing in the 5th grade? I tell you, it's all that nun's fault. I don't care how hardened of a criminal you are. I don't care if you did armed robbery, murder. You ain't no criminal until you teach the body and blood of Christ. So in 2003, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, with a friend of mine. Her name was Anissa, and we were just having a great time at the Underground. I don't even know if Underground is still open in Atlanta. I think they shut down, but we were there at the Underground. They had lots of food, lots of places you could shop, get your fortune told, all that stuff. So while at the Underground, we were eating a lot, we were drinking a lot, and I decided I needed to use the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. They had one stall, and that was occupied by some woman who was in the women's bathroom. And I waited outside the door for 15 minutes. I don't know what the hell she was doing in there, but for 15 minutes, I was holding this pee that had to come out. And I just was like, oh my God, I'm going to explode. So I knocked on the men's bathroom and there was nobody answering. So I walked in the bathroom. I was like, okay. Men's bathroom was nice and clean, surprisingly, because men's bathrooms be nasty. Now, this was November in Atlanta, and it was pretty damn cold, so I had on a bunch of layers of clothing. I had just come from Macy's, so I had a bag of clothes that I had purchased, and I had them, I hung it on the door, and I started peeling off stuff, layers down below, just layers. And I don't sit on public toilets, so I was squatting as I was peeing. As I was peeing, mid-pee, the door knob starts to turn, and it opens completely, and this man walks in. All of the layers of my pants are pulled down to the ground. My kuda is exposed to the universe. And he says, I said, get out of here! Get out of here! And he was like, you in the men's bathroom? I said, no, just get out of here. And he's like,
okay.
that time the pee is just dropping on all of my pants. All of my pants. Because I just can't turn it off mid-pee. And the shock from seeing this guy, I was like, oh my God, this is like the worst moment ever. There's pee all over my pants, there's pee all over the floor. And I'm like, oh God, this man just saw my stuff. So I started taking off all the clothes, changing into some, God is so good. God is on the throne. I tell y'all, he is on the throne. And I started putting on these new clothes, wiping up the seat, wiping up the floor, washing my hands and saying, God, please, when I walk out, don't let that man be outside waiting for me. I put all my little pissy stuff inside the bag, and I was just like, okay, he ain't gonna be here. So I opened the door, and I didn't see anybody right there. As I turned the corner, the guy does this. And I said,
Come here.
Come here.
What did you see?
he said,
I ain't seen nothing, but if I saw something, I'm sure I was happy about what I saw.
at this point, I'm super embarrassed. I'm just trying to like scoot by in new clothes, obviously, because I pissed on myself. And he's
Like, wait, hold on, wait, why are you running? Why are you running? Me and my homeboy over here, do you want to go to like a Braves game?
Excuse me? Why would I go with you to an Atlanta Braves?
Let me tell you something. This would be a terrific story to tell our grandchildren.
you know, not a day goes by that I don't wonder what could have been. God, it's too funny. Which brings me to my final embarrassing moment. This one happened also when I was in high school, probably the 10th or 11th grade. I was in this program called the Duke of Edinburgh Awards program. It's also known as like a Governor General's Youth Award. Anybody who's from the Bahamas, they've heard of this. So basically you go on these hiking expeditions and you do community service and you get to participate with other kids from the Caribbean. And like the final assessment or the final thing that you have to do in order to get like these awards, because these have like bronze, silver, and gold awards, you had to go on a hiking expedition. Now the thing with hiking is there's no bathroom, there's no shower, no outdoor shower, no nothing. Like it's just you roughing it in the outdoors. And we went to this island. My monthly started. That's like the worst thing that could happen to a teenage girl surrounded by girls and boys, and you're in the outdoors. You don't even have access to like a shower and all that stuff. And I am super anal when it comes to being clean. The thing about Bahamians is, especially on the family islands, the other islands, people are really, really kind. They're really, really nice. And so I remember meeting this woman and I knocked on her door. I met this woman. I was like, I'm one of the students from Duke of Edinburgh Award. She's like, oh yes, we're so happy to have you guys here. I said, wonderful. Can I use your bathroom, please? She's like, yeah. I said, like, to take a shower? I said, I haven't bathed in 2 days. So she was like, yeah, come on in. So I went inside the bathroom. I took a good shower and everything. Changed up, you know, down below. Went back out into the field. Now I'm smelling really good. All my classmates like, how come you smell good? Where you been? So while out in the field, they had a hot dog eating contest and a soda drinking contest. I didn't eat the hot dogs. I drank this big liter of soda. And while doing that, I started to vomit. One of the things I didn't tell you is while at the woman's house, I was changing out of my old pad. And so I did not want to leave it in her house. I was already imposing on her by using her bathroom to take a shower. So I took my shower and I made sure everything was clean and everything. And then I took my pad, I wrapped it up in the wrapper that it came in, and wrapped it up in a bunch of tissue. And then I put it in a plastic bag and I put it inside my backpack. And I went on my way. On the family islands, there's not a lot of like bins, like garbage bins. So it's not like you could just say, oh, I walk out down the street and I put it in. It's not a lot of bins. So I just kept it in my bag. When we did this soda drinking contest, I started throwing up, and this guy who had a crush on me, so I was not interested in him, I almost fainted. So he went to grab me and he lifted me up and he took me over to this area. All the vomit and stuff was all on my shirt. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna help you. I get some, like, get a new shirt out of your bag. So I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I have a shirt, a clean shirt in there. And I was like, I remembered the pad.
No!
He was like one of those cheerful guys who, like, you know, like, usually say no, and the guy be like, why? Okay, what? What's up? He was like,
No, don't worry about it. I'll just go and get it.
please, no! So he's like,
Why?
he put his hand in the bag and he pulled out this wad, and you could see like the always wrapper a little bit poking through the thing. And he said,
Oh,
and he pushed it back inside the bag and he zipped it up and he was like,
I think this is yours.
and we never spoke about it. I wanted someone to put a bullet in my freaking head. I think I may have silently prayed he died on that trip. It wasn't easy being me. I mean, besides my life of crime, stealing out the church, I've shared my stories with you guys. And in the bid of being transparent with my YouTube friends and family, you now know all of my secrets. Don't make fun of me. If I run in politics, please don't hold this against me. Please don't hold this against me. Please don't hold this against me.